What's up, YouTube? It is your boy Sanchez 405 coming at you on the Warpath. We got Amir here with you, not on Warpath Wednesday. It's Thursday, y'all. We gotta apologize. A lot of this is my fault. Not that that the Redskins flat up suck, but the fact that life got in the way. Unfortunately, I sound like Don King a couple of weeks ago. And I'm just recovering from that with a combination of watching our beloved Red Hawks go up against the Cowboys. It actually pushed my throat through to the limit. That's what she said. And also now, as I got shocked back into it against the Inglewood Chargers. And the season's over. It really is. It's Don Meredith. Turn out the light. The party's over. Sha-na-na-na. Hey, goodbye. And we might be saying goodbye to a lot of people. And I feel like we're going to have to, usher out the Redskins like Matt Lauer got ushered off the Today Show. Pretty much. This is what's about to happen there with the burgundy and gold. Amir, I really don't know what to say about the effort over the last two games. You lose 38-14 against Dallas. Then you go out to LA on 10 days rest and, excuse my French, you shit a brick. Like, I mean, it looked like they had ate cheese for like 10 days, and then they come out there and they can't go. They just can't.
It's ridiculous.
Can't do it.
And,
yes.
The fact that the Red Hawks got so blown out was just – Dallas blew out the Red Hawks. The Inglewood Chargers electrocuted the crap out of the Red Hawks.
Yes.
They were flying through that thunderstorm and through the sky like Fabio getting hit in the face. And it's ridiculous. It was sad. It was terrible. It's
terrible, Kenny. Terrible.
It's like my sex life. It's terrible.
Oh my God! Come on now. Jeez. Well, I mean, it's ironic you say that because the Redskins have shot blanks the last couple of weeks, and it really started in that fourth quarter. I mean, it looked like Forrest Gump trying to walk for the first time. He just kept on shooting himself in the foot. Like, he would fumble, which he's had a problem on punt returns before. But he's the best wide receiver you really have on the team, so you can't really take him out of the game. Oh, so he's going to bounce. He'll bounce back eventually. Then gives up that interception. That wasn't That wasn't Cousins' fault. And now we're sitting here.
Oh, wait, you can't.
Well, yeah, I mean, but Marshall Faulk, and you talk about, well, we can't ask Marshall Faulk because he's too busy trying to hit on young girls. So, I mean, not young girls, but women inappropriately. So, where Dallas grabbed us right in the offense, Marshall Faulk's grabbing somebody a little where else, but that's beside the point. Kurt Warner's just walking in there like, hey, I'm just here, guys. But the effort just wasn't there. I mean, I thought Kirk Cousins did okay. He did admirably, but this team it's falling apart. They don't have effort. And then I'll be honest with you, I didn't get a chance to watch all of that game. You said you watched one play of the Inglewood game. And I mean, it was like they were in Inglewood and they got mugged. That's legitimately what it was like. Yeah. It was like a Republican walking through Harlem at night. I mean, you're not going. Nothing good is going to happen. And you got DJ Swearing to say we should have had more effort. We should and did. But the damning thing of the whole situation was the fact that your leader, your head coach, comes out and says, "What? I'm at a loss for words. No, I'm sorry, Jay Gruden. You don't get to do this in our relationship. You are not allowed to say that when you're the head coach of the Washington Redskins. I'm not saying fire the man, but the man is a dead man walking. He's in stage 4 of a cancer of his career in Washington. I mean, you know, it's been a couple of things I haven't been personally happy with Jay about, and you know that after the Dallas loss in the rain, and he's just like, hey, buddy, we're going to laugh, but we lost by almost 20 points. I thought that was unacceptable. I still today, in the fact that he was like, we just didn't prepare. Well, no shit, Jay, you guys didn't prepare. I could have told you that. Stevie Wonder could have told you that. Ray Charles could have told you that. Helen Keller could have told you that.
Just a bit.
I mean, the fact that he just got it, I'm like, at a loss for, damn it, you better come up with something a little bit better than that. Oh, yeah, but they did have, you know, Rashad Breeland actually played coverage at the end of the game and got a pick 6, 96 yards. So
his first pick 6 of his career. So
yes, yeah. There you go. Nobody cares. It's not worth it. I mean, I don't care. I could give a damn less if he was you know, I mean, if it was more relevant to the game, yes, I would have loved to seen it, but it wasn't.
Well, the fact that he picked off Calvin Clemens, he picked off Phillip Rivers.
Yeah, he didn't pick. Yeah, exactly. He picked up the backup, and then you know, was it Phillip Rivers who blocked the hell out of him on one play? I'm pretty sure on a running play that like Phillip Rivers blocked the crap out of somebody in our secondary. I don't remember, but just going back to these games, I think the Redskins are averaging like 12.5 points a game. In that, and offensively, it's probably a little bit less than that. They're probably averaging
offensively in the last 2 games. They've averaged 10 points.
10 points. There you go. So
because Nick Rose missed that extra kick, an extra point.
He sure did. So, I mean, and this is how the season ends. But what do we have to look forward to? Nothing. The Cardinals come into town. They haven't won in Washington since 1998, I believe. Check me on that. If I'm wrong, check me on that. But I think they swept the Redskins when they were part of the NFC East. And that was that's what it was. And I believe the Redskins were down by so many points. And they came back. I think they were down like 35-0 or 35-7 at one time. And like Trent Green led that team, or Gus Frerotte, one of the two, led that team to come within inches of winning that game. But I think Jake Plummer took them downfield, kicked the field goal, and that's all she wrote. That shows you that I'm bragging a little bit on my in-depth knowledge. But you got Blaine Gabbert coming in. This is a team you can take advantage of. I know most of you guys out there going to say, well, let's just tank for the season. Y'all, you know my view on tanking. It's only for the military. It's only when we're trying to get terrorists. That's about it. That's all the time I believe in tanking is.
And I agree with that. I agree. We should not tank. I just don't think they're going to win. I just think.
You said 0-3 down the stretch.
I don't think there's fight left in them. Cousins knows he's gonna get paid wherever the hell he goes.
Does he though?
Yeah.
Does he though? I mean, he'll get paid, but hasn't this done a little bit to hurt his I guess his marketability maybe?
No.
You don't think so? Okay, well.
Because,
I got you.
Everyone sees that the Redskins brass is just a cancer. So, I'm sorry, Red Hawks.
Red Hawks. Well, in breaking news out of Arizona, Adrian Peterson was placed on IR tonight. So, yeah, that's one less thing we don't have to worry about. But the Ageless Wonder, Larry Fitzgerald, the great Blaine Gabbert. I mean, this game is a joke, really. The Cardinals aren't going anywhere. They're done. Although they're fighting for that spot. The Redskins. I like our chances to maybe like play a competitive game. I mean, it can't be any worse than what we're watching right now on Thursday Night Football. Mm-hmm. But you've got Denver coming in there, another team that, oh my God, and Denver gets a 10-day break before they come to the Redskins on Christmas Eve. So, and then you got the Giants. I think those are, at least those last two are winnable games.
All three are winnable. I just don't think it's going to happen.
I think at least they should pick up at least one game.
It's the Washington sports thing. It's just, it's DC sports.
Yeah, it is, and it's a DC sports thing. And even talking to that and elaborating on that a little bit more, I think we are some of the worst fans in sports. Mm-hmm. And this is why we're cursed. DC sports fans are some of the worst fans because every year it's boom or bust. There is no development especially with the Redskins. There's no development. Like there's no middle. It's, you actually have a coach, and Brian Mitchell made the point of it. We don't respect consistency. That's what I've realized, that it takes time to build something. Rome wasn't built in a day, as cliche as it was. When you get a house, it's not built in a day. I mean, unless it's like, like the Miracle Network or what's the nonprofit called? What's the home builder nonprofit called? I don't even know what it is now. I drew a blank there. Oh man, Amir, you're killing me, man. I thought you'd know what it is.
I'm sorry.
To back me up here. But
say again, maybe jog the memory.
Houses, adopt a house, build a house.
Build a bear?
No. Oh well, we might need that now too. Just so we can. I don't know what it's called, and I'm really hurt. I don't know what it is now. It's gonna bother me. But anyway, I don't even know. Oh gosh, but I don't even know where I was at there. But I'll DC sports fans. That's exactly what it is. Yeah, we are a terrible bunch. This is why we are cursed. I don't like. I really Habitat for Humanity. That's exactly what it is. Yes, that's exactly. Redskin fans are like drug addicts. We really are. For a while, we'll get set straight. We'll get a new, we'll go into rehab for a little bit, aka get a new head coach. There'll be a lot of buzz. We'll get people are happy, aka we'll get a pat on the back. We'll get new players, but no direction. We just get these empty problems, and then we just keep on. But when something goes wrong, right away, we start to panic, and we go back to that rock. We go back to that rock every single time, and I think that this is what's wrong with DC sports fans. And I'm saying I try to be level-headed, but I can't be because I'm a DC sports fan. Mm-hmm. And it's just like, but I understand it. And I think over the last, I've made that clear, abundantly clear, that patience will pan out. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow. But when you have a plan, you stick to the plan. Why do you think? We can't stick to a plan. We can't stick to a script. We don't know how to pivot. If something gets wrong, it's like if you're in the middle of a test and you don't know one question. I don't know that answer. Let me go back and erase answers 14 through 1 to 14 just so I can answer 15 all over again. Well, I guess I got to start at the beginning.
Makes no sense.
It really doesn't make sense. And it pisses me off every single time. Every time that we do that.
I mean, so, all right, so hear me out for a second.
Go ahead.
Most Redskins fans and, most people in the media would agree that the problem is Bruce Allen.
Oh, amen.
However, Snyder is loyal. We were just talking about this before we went live. That Snyder is loyal to a degree. And, one of the things I do respect about him is his loyalty. And
he's loyal to the wrong people.
He's loyal to the wrong people. But also, there's only so much that he can take, that he can see. There was a statistic released that the Redskins game was the third most watched game in the DC, Virginia, Maryland area this past Sunday. That the Cowboys game was more watched than the Redskins game was, and that there was another game that was more watched than the Redskins as well.
Probably the Eagles,
but I think it was the Eagles Rams, yeah. And those two games were more watched than the Redskins games, which cannot. Yes.
Oh no, I'm gonna let you finish, but I got a point though. I got a point to that in a second, but I want to see where you're going with this.
Okay. And it's just like something has to break, like once his ACL. But besides that, we do wish him the best.
They're gonna fold under pressure.
They will fold under pressure.
Okay.
Hey! If something happens to Foles, Nate Studfeld.
Studfeld, baby, Studfeld. It's good. They're gonna be like the Raiders last year. Oh God. But to that point, though, like what you're saying, I have the answer for you.
Yes.
You know why those two games outranked the Redskins game? Redskins fans, DC sports fans get more joy out of watching other teams lose than watching their own team win.
Yeah.
It is the honest to God truth. Every time. It does not matter. I don't give a damn if Dallas wins or loses against the Giants. The fact of the matter is the Redskins couldn't beat them. I don't give a damn. The fact that Philadelphia goes out there to LA and if they possibly lose and they possibly lost Carson Wentz, yeah, it's something good I can talk to my boy Jamil about on Monday and pray for him at work. But other than that, I don't give a damn about if the Eagles are losing win. The only thing, look, the smartest man right now in sports is LeVar Ball. And he comes up with, yes, I said it. LeVar Ball is the smartest man in sports. Why? Because he comes up with the best term I could. Stay in your lane. He said it. He had the audacity to say it to the president, and he tells everybody, "Stay in your lane." How you say it? Stay in your lane. That's exactly what Skip. Stay in your lane. Stay in your lane, Skip. Seriously, we don't know how to stay in our lane. We worry about what Tom, Dick, and Harry are doing. And then we make up excuses for our team. Well, we got injuries. Screw the injuries. Everybody got injuries. The Seahawks still in the middle of the playoff hunt. Have injuries. They've lost all their secondary. They don't have anybody but Cam Chancellor back there. They had to go back out and get Byron Maxwell. They don't have anybody. But you know what? They're still in the thick of this, and they'll probably beat the Rams on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
I don't hear Seattle fans coming out here saying, oh, well, damn, guys, shit, boys, we should have really, gosh darn it. I wish, if, Richard Sherman got hurt and, dag nabbit, if they didn't get hurt, they wouldn't have lost to the Redskins. No, they're not making that excuse. Stay in your lane. Believe in your team. Believe in the mission. That's what we do every time it creaks. Every time you hear the door creaks, you want to run out there, call the cops, say, let's blow this thing up. That's why nobody in D.C. should be the president, because anytime adversity comes, they'd have that finger on the button. Boom. That's it. Blow it up. Okay. I'm just.
It's all good.
I'm sorry, but that's just. That's what I think, man. I think about this all the time. I'm like, damn. When the Capitals play, I'm like, well, I got it. And my fiance, she's a Penguins fan, but I'm like, at the end of the day, I'm like, yeah, I want the Penguins to lose. I don't want them to win, but I shouldn't feel this way because my team should have done what they should have handled their business.
Yes.
When they played this team. Stay in your lane. That's exactly what that is why LeVar Ball is a damn genius.
Great.
We got a little off topic there, but I mean,
it's that sometimes it needs to be done. I mean, and just going off of that, if the house does get blown up, I mean, we're going to be on president watch. We're going to be on head coach watch. Because even if Snyder doesn't fire Gruden himself, he just fires Allen. Mm-hmm. The new president's going to want to bring in his own GM. He's going to want to bring in his own head coach, unless the new president is Eric Schaefer.
Which that could be possible.
Which probably be possible. Actually, would probably be the best thing for them.
Mm-hmm. The smartest man at Redskins Park become the team president. Makes sense to me.
Makes sense to me as well.
It makes very much sense. And we can bring Sashi Brown up in there to be the general manager. He's looking for a job. Analytical.
No, stay away from anything that's touched Cleveland.
Oh, wait.
I wouldn't even want LeBron as the GM.
It might work out.
Who knows? He might just play. He's like, well, I'll play quarterback myself.
Oh, my gosh.
You see him flopping all over the field, getting roughing the passer penalties.
Well, true. And then, we move on. I mean, and we can blame a lot on the fans, but, it's like you said, Dan might blow this damn thing up. And if it happens, good on him, man. I would have a little bit more respect for Dan Snyder. I mean, granted, Dan Snyder is like, Dan Snyder's kind of like, oh gosh, he waits for stuff to. Dan Snyder is the type of guy who gets rid of his VCR when finally gets rid of his VCR, but we're already in the Blu-ray age. He finally gets up to par.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he did it with the practice dome. It's an inflatable. It's basically the parachute that you used to play with in grade school PE.
Yeah.
That's exactly what that practice dome is.
Mm-hmm.
Your field looks like something out of the 90s. It was embarrassing to see. While he is an alcoholic, the man, and maybe he did drink at Redskins Park. Maybe he did. But
he still did his job.
Yeah, he was doing his job. The man was doing his job. So, I mean,
if I had to deal with Bruce Allen, I'd drink too.
Right. I mean, if you work for, but then Bruce, like I said before, I don't know if I said it on here. Bruce is more worried about alumni relationships and what the hell the Skins are wearing on the field. Where in the world does the team president in charge of football operations worry about that? Here's the remedy to this. Bruce, if you're listening, which you're probably not, go back to white tops, burgundy pants. There you go. Get rid of it. Go back where the Redskins found the most success. Wear white at home. Get over it. And when we go to Dallas, if we play in a hot game, burgundy tops, white pants, whatever. Ain't that hard. Ain't that hard, boss. And more fans would like to see it. You can see it on Twitter. So let's just get that over with. There you go. Solved. Perfect. Done. Okay. Second of all, don't get into these damn Tilly fights with the NFL about a damn color rush uniform. That was the biggest thing leading up on Dallas week. What the hell the Redskins were going to wear on Thursday Night Football. It's a damn football game. Win. How about that? I don't care if they wore pink. If they win in it and they look bad, I don't give a damn because you're only going to play one Thursday night a year. So I don't care about that. But that's, and to my point, Bruce has a problem with prioritizing shit. He's he tries to live up to his daddy, who's a Hall of Fame coach, but won nothing.
Coach Allen's Hall of Fame, really?
Yeah, Coach Allen's in the Hall of Fame. Okay. Yeah, and he's got to go. I said this in April. He has to go. He needs to go. He should go because he's bringing nothing to the table.
He really isn't. It's just his family name.
It really is.
I mean, if y'all have ever seen a movie called The Distinguished Gentleman, starring Eddie Murphy from the 1990s, possibly the 80s, that movie is about a man who decides to run for Congress. He's a con man, and he gets elected to Congress based off of name recognition when the old congressman died, but he just so happened to have the same his middle name and last name, so that would be the first name and last name of the congressman who died. So he ran as an independent, and because this congressman was elected like every single term for like 20-something years, people were just used to voting for him.
Right.
So they vote for Eddie Murphy's character. Sure enough, he goes to Congress, he goes to D.C., and hijinks ensues. But that's neither here or there, except for the fact that, name recognition from Allen.
Yes.
That's it. I'd much rather have Joe Gibbs as president because at least he knows how to run a successful sports team.
NASBall, that's what we call it.
NASCAR, but
NASBall. They'll play it on a racetrack, kind of like the Hokies and the Volunteers did a couple years ago. I mean, but
because there's a lot of celebrity Redskins fans out there. I mean, can't we just get like them to buy the team?
Let's get Matthew McConaughey.
We'll get,
and crazy ass Tom Cruise, and we'll call it Scientology Field.
Is Tom Cruise a Redskins fan?
Well, him and Dan Snyder are buddies, so we'll call it Scientology Field at Tom Cruise Park, and and we'll change the name to the Washington L. Ron Hubbards.
I much prefer the Washington Cthulhu's.
Yes, or the Z News. That's what we'll call them. The Z News. Yes, the Z News. Yes, because we will be excellent. Throw up the X every time Des throws up the X against the Z News. We looking for. Going down straight. The Skins, they just have to put it together. I think they can. You say 0-3. I think they can manage at the most 2 games. At least one. I think that watching Denver play, watching Arizona play, watching the Giants play.
Show make it interesting.
Yes, It really does. You know, Maca Idiot's not there anymore. You know, so
No, I'm
they
saying
have
make it
more.
interesting between you and I.
What'd you say?
Shall we make it interesting between you and I?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Let's make it interesting. What do you want to do?
Okay. Okay. Whoever is wrong. So you're saying they're going 2-1, right?
I say they would get they win at least one game.
Even if they just win one game, how about this?
Yes.
So
yes.
even if they I'm saying they're going to go 0-3. You're saying that they'll at least win one.
Yes.
Okay. If I'm right, the next we'll do some kind of special whatever, and as a season wrap up video, that we'll do, and like that I can add clips and everything like that. If you're right, I will wear Dallas gear, and if I'm right, you will wear Dallas gear.
Oh, you're kidding me, man! Come on now.
Or you can borrow some of your fiance Steeler stuff. I'm just saying.
Oh God, man, bro. Okay.
Be a thing, but it can be just a
okay.
Dallas
Okay. What'd you say?
It can just be a Dallas hat. That's fine.
Okay. All right. Well. Okay. Yeah. We'll make that deal then. So maybe I'll drink from a Dallas cup if that's the case. But you know we kind of move on from the focus of the team. There's a lot of stuff that's went on as far as like Stuart Cravens.
Yeah,
he is cleared to play, and it looks like he does want to come back to Washington. And I mean, I've been looking into this a little bit more. I think it had something to do with his grandfather's death that really paralyzed him. Now that looking at that, and as a guy who was like basically raised by his grandfather, I know exactly how I don't know exactly how he feels, but I can empathize with him on that. I really can. As somebody who was there as a little boy, you know, growing up, didn't have a father. I know, you know, my granddad was like who helped me become a man. You know, I still think he does it today in some form or fashion. So, you know, I mean, I like the fact that he's motivated by that. He put he's rest in peace, Jack, and that's his granddad. So maybe that this might be a catalyst for him, but I just want him to be together up here. The more than worried about football. I mean that's the big thing. Get your mind right, and then you know, if this is what he needed, this is what he needed, and hopefully we can move on and we can forget all about this come August or May.
Or February when we find out who the next president and head coach is.
This is true. This is very true. So yeah, and I'm glad for that. And then you know, the Omarosa of the Washington Redskins, Robert Griffin III, you know, he was on First Take, and nobody really watches First Take anymore. But you know, and he got on. Yeah, it's still on. Believe it or not, it is. It's.
I'm used to watching Skip and Shannon.
Yes, Skip and Skip. But Skip Bayless. And he got on there and he talked about, you know, hey, Eagles come and get me. No, ain't nobody getting Robert Griffin III. You know, I think people know this guy's attitude. He can hide it any way he wants to. You know, I think the damning thing was that interview when he went on 106.7 The Fan.
Oh yeah,
and he's one thing I have never heard from this dude is I was wrong. I've never heard that from him.
Well, he's a narcissist, of course.
He really is. He really is. I've never heard that from him. It's like, yeah, things were like it's never. Robert Griffin III, was wrong. I was wrong, but that's and you know he says that he did make an interesting point about Kirk Cousins though, who I don't think is going to be there.
Neither do I.
Yeah, and he said that right now Kirk Cousins has the whole team on his shoulder. Like he has the weight of the whole team. Like he is the offense, he's the defense. The best defense for him is to score more points. But if he goes to Jacksonville, who needs a quarterback, who has stable leadership, who has a good running back, has a lot of support there. He's going to. I mean, he could maybe take that team deep into the playoffs. I mean, I think there's a lot of places he could go. I think he could go to New Orleans if Drew Brees decided to retire tomorrow and lead that team there. He's got two hell of running backs, great defense. Tampa Bay. I think he could go to Tampa Bay and do really well. At the end of the day, maybe go to. I wouldn't send him to Indianapolis because that would just be bad. Hey, Ben Roethlisberger might retire. Pittsburgh
be good. Antonio Brown, Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah.
He played
Baltimore.
with Le'Veon Bell.
I think he could do well in. I think he could do well in Baltimore. I think there's a lot of places that Kirk could go to and be a difference maker because, like you said, Kirk Cousins is not going to win you a Super Bowl, but you can win a Super Bowl with Kirk Cousins.
Exactly.
Yeah, and you've said that multiple times, and it's so true. It's two different things, but it's so true. He's not the type of player that can put the team on his back. He's not. He's a mix between Jim McMahon, Trent Dilfer, and Joe Flacco.
Mm-hmm.
I really do believe that, and I mean I'm talking about like 2012 Joe Flacco, not after contract. Yes. That's what happened when you get a long-term
contract.
Yeah.
Pre-long-term contract, Joe Flacco.
Yes. But that's what happens. That's what happens when you get a Donald Trump endorsement. Look at Roy Moore. He got Joe Flacco'd. Oh God.
Congratulations, America. There is hope after all.
Roll damn tide. Rip the internet. Hashtag rip the internet.
Rip the internet. Pay to see us.
There you go. Oh God. Hey, we might have to pay. We might have to pay to present this right now. And I found that kind of. I'm not getting there because this is about sports. We're not talking about politics. We're not talking about politics. But we do have some plans in the future, though. Before we wrap up, we are going to start. Amir's going to start doing his draft grades, as he is the in-house draft guru. We are going to be looking at teams' needs coming up, especially after the Super Bowl, what they're going to need. Mm-hmm. So we've actually got something where we can come to you a little bit more portable as well. That's in the works. We've got a lot of stuff coming up here in the next, I'd say the next month and a half. We're in here for the long haul. So whether it's if Jay Gruden's still there, we're gonna be there. If Jay Gruden ain't gonna be there, we're still gonna be there. We are Michael Jackson before he went crazy. We'll be there.
Before he changed races, yes.
Yes, it's true. This is very true. Got some comments. Hail to the Redskins. After Cowboys game, I was done. That's Deron Emmons. Meet the Mets. Time for the draft. Woo, I think he's a Giants fan. And Gregory Lightbody, nationwide, is on your side. But Amir, any final thoughts before we wrap up for tonight and this week and this season?
Yes, just a couple. As you say, we do have lots going in the works and everything. We will be having draft breakdowns, draft needs for each NFL team, actually. So be on the lookout for that because we love all of our fans. Those who even aren't Red Hawk fans,
yes,
we love you all, and we want to make sure that your team gets a little loving too.
That's right.
So there's nothing wrong with spreading the love around.
Yes, there's nothing wrong with telling people.
Commentary.
Exactly.
And also we'll do a recap of the combine after the Super Bowl. We're thinking about doing some stuff for the college football playoffs. Just keep an eye out for that stuff.
Roll damn tide.
Make sure you check out our Facebook page. I'll be putting a calendar of events out in the next few days of what's going to be happening, and follow that. Starting after the season, after the actual football, after the regular season is over, is when I will be starting at least draft grades. After the Super Bowl is over and we know the draft order is when we'll start some mock drafts. So not only will we be doing a at least one, maybe two Redskins full 7 round for the Redskins. At least a couple of the of all 32 teams for the first round mock drafts. So keep an eye out for that. That's what the off season is going to be like for us guys, as well as we look towards free agency, and maybe we'll do a free agency special.
Yes, but the one thing you will know, we won't take any knees. We will still be here, and we are loading up for a very lackluster end to the season. It's the earliest the Redskins season has ended since 2014, which pretty much that season ended like God, what week 6? So. Well, there's a lot of questions to be answered here down the stretch. And it's about how this team responds. It's about how this team will respond going down the stretch, playing against the Cardinals, playing against the Broncos, playing against Giants. It's just, that's what it is. Redskins got swept by 2 teams in the division. Maybe they can sweep 1 team in the division who has nothing to play for as well. God, that's going to be a terrible game. That's going to be like 2000.
Such an awful game.
Oh my God, that game's going to be like 2013 all over again when they played in the piss poor rain at the end of the season. Oh my God,
the game's going to be so bad.
Oh God, are they going to do like maybe we should see? I mean, since we have such young talent at quarterback in Colt McCoy, maybe we should see what Colt McCoy can do. Hello, God, can you hear me? I'm telling you, Kirk Cousins is like underwear. You just need to use them up until he starts getting holes up in them. I'll leave it at that. Yeah, but hey, we love you guys. The holidays are coming up. It's Christmas time, so maybe we'll have something to be thankful for when we get ready to do a little holiday edition of what we're thankful for and everything like that coming up next week. Yes, Amir, I threw that on you at the last minute, so I'll give you time to think about that. And, so it will just be a bunch of ho-ho-hos for the Redskins and fight for old DC. We love you guys. We'll be talking to you real soon. And as always, Amir, what do we say here?
Love, peace, and hail.
We're out, y'all.